Let's see if we are live. Waiting for YouTube to catch up. Obviously, this is a random live stream. And I haven't been... Oh. I'm getting party political broadcasts so far, but it seems to be working. So, let's see who appears. I'm just... Oh, I don't need that. Unprepared as usual. I shall close that as well. And see who appears. Oh, hello, young man. GB's Model Zone is in. Good evening. I am just trying to figure all this out because I've been away for a little while. And I don't know how to work half of it. So, yeah. Gordon's alive! Yeah. John's in. I'm just trying to figure out how all this stuff works. Ooh, have I got a logo? Ooh. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how all this works. I have been pretty much absent for about a year. Most of it due to the COVID thing. All of you guys that I have interacted with know I kind of suffer with mental health issues, and I've got the whole. I could get a ponytail in this. You might have watched my silly little removal of the beard thing. I looked like Santa. Well, now I've still got the Nutty Professor going on. I don't know quite what to do with that at the moment. People who follow will also know I'm an avid biker. Unfortunately, my bike failed the MOT. So apart from the rear suspension linkage, which I managed to grease up and free off, I've got to put two front caliper seal kits in, piece of cake. Front tyre, piece of cake. Chain and sprocket set, piece of cake. Apart from, see this whole sort of, how would I call it? Clusterfuck. With our disconnection from the EU, companies are struggling to get parts in. And although I ordered my parts 2 weeks ago, I can't get a back sprocket for my bike, which is a bit annoying because I paid for my MOT and everybody knows you get like 10 days for the retest. That's kind of gone. So, yeah. So anyway, just looking to touch base with a lot of you guys. How is everybody and what's happening? Chat's open. Do your usual stuff. GB's Model Zone obviously went evening, Terry. He's probably hiding somewhere. Hobby Link International. Dude, nice to see you on. Although I like this StreamYard thing, you've got to show me how to do, maybe a private. I mentioned it before, a private message about something, but your house is coming on well. I've been following you on Facebook. Sorry to hear that your builders let you down, Kenny. It's a bit of a... Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like you employ a builder. How much will it be? Oh, it'll be £16,000. How long will it take you? Oh, 3 months. They come in, they put some foundations down, they lay a few bricks, and then they F off for a bit. And you're left with foundations and bricks and nothing happening. And then they go, oh, sorry, I need more money. It's, yeah, builders is a bit of a dodgy trade. Though BS, it's the, I'm trying to remember the word. I'll be quite honest, Kenny, I've been away for this for a year. I have done nothing on YouTube apart from a couple of inbox reviews. I'm currently in the middle. You might notice above all this that my usual stash of stuff has disappeared. This is a studio bed. It was originally my daughter's bedroom, and she's off shacking up with a man. And I don't need this anymore. And it kind of intrudes into the room quite a lot. Although it's handy, it's got a little table at the back. I don't know if you'll see. If I move a bit, there's like loads of stuff sitting on like a table there. It's a nice big table. Everything's on cocktail sticks, but it's sat there for a year. So the problem I've got is I'm going to have to wash all this stuff before I progress any further forward. But hopefully taking that away will give me a good bit of space into the room behind where you're looking at the moment, because I'll just kind of show you if I can. I'll just unclip this. So this is my current bench. So I've got my voltmeter and all sorts of things on there. Okay. Oh, have you met Sue, by the way? Sue was left cable tied on the back of my motorcycle once. My good friend Davy Duke and others thought it'd be quite funny to cable tie her to the back of my motorcycle as a pillion, and I've kept her because it's quite funny. So that's what that's there for. But yeah, so I've only got the one bench at the moment. Behind that is a terrible mess. There's my laptop. There's my toolbox and all the rest of it. Yeah, I used to be a mechanic. So I'm hoping to put another desk in there. That's my spraying booth, which is not in an optimal position. And if I move around, I've got that whole shelf of doom behind me of stuff that I've been building. There's my compressor. There's also a pile of shite on the floor. So yeah, I've got all of that. If I can take all of that out and it gives me my shelving, I should have a nice modelling space. So yeah, at the moment, sorry, while I place my camera, if I can, back in the usual place. There we go. So that's kind of where I'm at with my man cave. I had big ideas from it, but the whole of last year I've done bugger all. Right, so I'm just having a look at this. Okay, it's going, thank you, very dodgy. That'll be cool, open up space. I'm hoping to be up and running by October. October will be 2 years now. Oh, right, I didn't realise, because, I mean, for the past year, I haven't followed anything. I haven't followed YouTube. I actually basically signed out of social media for over a year. I have kept in contact with John from GB's Model Zone. One show I did like recently, and it was quite interesting. Black Rifle Model Works. Luke is doing a series of sort of interviews on people and how did they get into modelling and why do they like modelling and all that sort of thing. And an old friend, Colin, came up, Colin Wilkinson, aka Festa67, aka, yeah, Blimey Tumblers, yeah, a Londoner. I actually really enjoyed that show. I haven't spoken to Colin for, oh God, must be over a year. Not going to go into the reasons why, but yeah, I mean, it was a really, really good show. And for the first time this year, I watched the E-Models show tonight, which was actually really quite good. And Chris is no longer the newbie. Fox is sitting there. I actually thought Fox would have more facial fungus. I seem to remember a while ago, I can't remember how long ago, Fox had, like, it was almost growing. It wasn't so much a beard. It was, there were squirrels and there was like chickens and all sorts of stuff running about in it. He had a growth. He looked very well trimmed tonight, and so did Chris. Ted, of course, is doing his usual captain with a hat on and that, but I do wonder if he was a former member of YMCA. Facial fungus, yes. Of course. I have ideas for what my next big builds are and stuff, but at the moment, I'm basically in rescue mode. It's like, get rid of all this bed and stuff and get that out of the room, put my shelving up, and then I'm going to have to, because of smoke and because there's dust, I've got a tank, 2 tanks, 2 APVs, and 3 motorcycles to wash down, get the dust off, get them dried before I can carry on. So yeah, so how has everybody else been getting on? Don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way. It used to be a common thing, and people knew that I was putting videos and that up. The only thing I've done of late, a couple of kit reviews. I tried to do a live stream where I was doing a little electronics kit. It didn't work out because although these cameras are brilliant for sort of capturing, hey, me on camera, they're not very good at close up. So I will revisit that for the geeks that are into the electronic side of stuff. It was just a voice changer thing. I've lost track of where I am. Talk to me, people. There's about 10 sitting there. Facial fungus is laughing away. Do feel free to talk away. Right, I'm just looking at this thing. How does that work? All right, okay, I can do that now. Wait now. I'm just figuring this out. Ha ha ha! Facial fungus. Right, okay. I've got the hang of this now. I actually bit the bullet and upgraded up. Hide that. There we go. I've actually upgraded, but I'm not quite sure how it all works yet. I used to be able to go onto YouTube. It's okay if I'm uploading stuff, because you just sort of upload it, set a category, what playlist you want it to go in, and things like that, and boom, there it is, and people can watch it or not. But as far as the live shows goes, there's another program it's quite good. It allows you split screens, different cameras, different logos, and things like that. And it allows me to create a broadcast, but I can't get it to work, which is why I need to speak to Mr. Kenny at Hobby Link International. So there's 8 folk viewing. Don't be shy. I'm hoping actually to catch up with a lot of my old model making friends that used to participate in the channel or even in the chat. I'm just trying to see where I'm going to go going forward, apart from a decent haircut. So I think I'm interested in these new Tamiya lacquer paints. Now, I haven't tried them, but I have been moving across to lacquers, obviously because I do some sort of semi-shiny stuff. But I do need to finish a couple of builds. So I think There. Why are you talking about meatloaf? Is that not something you put in a sandwich? So yeah, as I'm saying, right. For those of you that might have happened across the channel and haven't been on here before, basically I make styrene models. Have I got one to hand? No, because they're all in storage. But I mean, say something like that, right? It's made out of styrene, and I actually think there's resin parts in here as well. We build stuff like this, and we paint them up with airbrushes and such like, and try and make something reasonable out of them. What else have I got? God, there's an old one. Stuff like that. You know, motorbikes, 1/12 scale. Paint them up. It's actually, I think it's sitting up there in the dusty sort of shelves of doom. I used to take the mickey out of a good friend of mine, Fox. He used to build these things. Oh, can I get him to come up? Yes, these things called, I'll say it quietly, Gundams. Okay. So these mechanized people, aka Gundams. That's a swear word, by the way, if it starts with G. I'm trying to remember. There's a chap in America that sent me this. These wonderfully articulated Bandai figures that you don't so much glue together as clip together. Yeah, Transformers in disguise. I still have to decide on a paint scheme for this guy, but I do know that before I paint him, I'm going to have to wash him, and it's going to be, yeah. So yeah. Gundams. That's a swear word. If it's Transformers in disguise or anything like that, that's fine. But this is a Gundam, and we're not allowed to talk about these. I actually do see the interest in making these, but it's not quite, for me, it's more a painting exercise. It's not a model making experience, because you don't have to glue anything. You have to sand things down, but I did enjoy making this. It was, so I can kind of understand that. But yeah, yeah. Those mechanized guys is a bit of a swear word, but he's standing there a little bit drunk now. And I bet he's going to fall over and break. That would be just my thing. But some of these things can be quite expensive. And yeah, he's definitely been down to the pub and he's not going for it. Oh, no. Oh, if I lean you that way. He's kind of standing there. Just for a laugh, I'll show you. He's kind of standing there, but he looks if he's had one or two too many drinks, and Big Sue's going to grab him. So, guys, what have you all been up to? I've found this hole. I've been shielding for a year, which basically means I have not been out of my house for 12 months. Literally. I've been getting everything. I'm not at the highest risk. I'm not like Colin, who's at particularly high risk, but I am at an elevated risk because, unfortunately, because I'm getting older, I've developed type 2 diabetes and things like that. I'm still awaiting my jab. I think if I get my jab, I'm more likely to try and get back to normal, but for the past year, I've basically been hiding inside my house, and I don't know how it's affected a lot of you guys with the whole COVID thing, but especially with my mental health problems, I spent a good few months not even getting out of my bed. Does that ring any bells with any of you guys? I mean, I don't know. Kenny's saying, what word was that? Gundam. You're not allowed to say it in public. They're cool. Got my son into the building. Waiting for mine to relay. Hard to get an appointment here. I suppose the two biggest things that kept me away from building was I broke both pairs of my spectacles. So this is what I've managed to salvage, but they keep falling off my face. And I found I'm due a new prescription, and this whole COVID thing scares me. I was scared to go outside. I know there are opticians that are open, and I can go and get my eyes retested and probably get a new pair. Kind of scared to go out. Does that make sense? I also need to go to the dentist. And again, the thing that they said here in the UK was dentists were allowed to pull teeth and put temporary fillings in, but they weren't allowed to do anything with a drill that would cause aerosols. And it's like, I don't want all my teeth pulled out. Can you not mend? So yeah, anyway, grumble over. You're an essential worker. You have to be out there every day. Yep, I know quite a few that are nurses and firemen, etc. Gordon saying he's had his jab ages ago. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law have had their jab. I don't know why they're more up the list than me, apart from age. They're slightly older, but they're up north, and it seems people up north in the Highlands of Scotland are getting their jab quicker than people in the Central Belt. Although I have another friend who doesn't have a spleen. He had his a couple of months ago, so yeah. So I've been struggling. I haven't been on YouTube much. Just popping on to try and meet up again with people that I used to chat to when I was modelling. As I say, all my stash has gone up there. Remodelling the man cave. I did particularly enjoy Luke. I think it's Luke from Black Model Rifle Works. Interview with Colin on Sunday. It was quite interesting because a lot of the stories that I heard was stuff that Colin had told me before. If you don't know who Colin is, it's the guy who runs Festa 67's workshop. And I used to host a lot of live streams, and myself and John and Colin and Mike and Dave and Christ, there was quite a few of us at the time. You know, people had different ideas and went different ways, and we kind of lost contact. But yeah, it was nice to sort of hear a familiar face on I think it was Sunday show. What day is this? Monday. I've put this down as midweek. It's actually the start of the week. I don't know. It's got so bad during lockdown. I don't know what day it is, where I am. I kind of know who I am, but why am I here and who ate my sandwiches? Bollocky Buff's in. Evening, Smoot. How you doing, Bollocky Buff? Oh, he keeps changing his name. I think that's quite funny. Yeah, Bollocky Buff's in. How you doing, Bollocky? Hopefully you're not in the buff. The weather at the moment has been quite strange. Now, obviously, I've got some repairs to do in my motorcycle for the MOT. Unfortunately, most of it is stuck in customs. And I'm like, right, I needed a front tyre, front caliper overhaul kit. I've got that. Rear chain and sprocket set. They had it all apart from the rear sprocket. But apparently, since the Brexit thing and the whole COVID thing, nobody's got anything. And I've been waiting about... oh, what's this? Basically been waiting for ages on stuff coming so I can get through my MOT, and it's not here. There's probably a lot of folk in the same situation. A friend of mine's daughter is waiting on a brand new 125 motorcycle, but she's purchasing a Chinese model, and I actually think it was stuck on a container in that ship. It was stuck in Suez because there's no sign of it yet. Chuck Norris, yeah, I can see your comment. I don't really know what that's about, so yeah. So anyway, what is your guys' plans for builds? I think apart from cleaning up what I've got that I'd started and try and finish it all off, I'm going to I think I'll do the Porsche and light it up like I said I would, and then take it from there. Your bike's 3 years old now, Gordon. Oh. Mine is 8 this year, and it's been out in all weathers. Salt on the roads is an absolute nightmare. And they've actually been going out locally and laying salt on the roads that there's no frost. But if you try to brake in a progressive manner on a motorcycle, you'll actually find the salt is a bit more slippy than the tarmac. Bikers will understand that. So does anyone have any questions, or have we only got myself, John and Kenny and Bollocky Buff and Chuck Norris going, twats? Are you referring to us or me referring to something I've said, Chuck? So if anybody did watch the E-Model stream tonight, there's a giveaway. I can't remember exactly what it's about, but you have to comment on the stream, and I have no idea what the correct answer is. I'll give it a go. I actually still have a model. Well, I'm looking up there because that's where my stacks used to be. It's actually through in the living room at the moment. I think I won a tank off them. An Italieri Leopard, I think it was. Still to build it, so another bit of armour, but I've got to finish the armour that I've started, I suppose, first. So as I say, random, I'm saying midweek, but it's beginning of the week. I've no sense of time at the moment. So if anybody is in and has any topics to talk about, or questions, or anything like that, type in the chat. I do know that when I go forward and start my builds that involve putting lighting into my kit, I'm going to do that on my Patreon channel. Just to start with, and then a wee bit later I'll release it on the main public thing. What I've found quite interesting is I've had a couple of wee electronic kits. Some of you might have watched the videos on it, or me and my electricity. One that makes lights flash and, you know, sort of wee stuff like this. Yeah. What's this? My SU25. Do you know the only thing that put me off the SU25 build was the amount of rescribing? I'm fed up of it, and it just went as a shelf queen. I'm new to rescribing and stuff, but it's like it's really soft detail on the wings, and then you scribe it and it looks like overdone. Yeah, I'll get the SU25 done, but what has put me off, because yeah, you're saying, yeah, SU25's up there. Rescribing made me stop that. The Quack 900 is doing well. The one that I am customizing into a Cafe Racer. God, this goes back a while ago. I think Colin was doing one. Gordon was doing one. I need to lacquer it to seal in the decals, but because I've not done anything for a year, everything's covered in dust, and I don't want to start spraying in this room till I've given it a good thorough clean through. Well, Bollocky Buff likes the ones when I do electricity bits. I had a comment for somebody. I try to answer all comments that I get on my YouTube videos, and somebody might go, "Oh, have you considered using blah blah blah?" And I'll go, "Oh, I haven't actually, but thank you for the info," which is what I call constructive feedback. I think it was when I did a video on, right, I bought a little thing because I like my electricity. I'll see if I can dig it out without pulling too much stuff out. Actually, no, the cable's buried. I bought a kit that you can make a little DSO oscilloscope up with. It's obviously a toy, right? It's not like the big bench ones that you get. I would love a bench one. I'd also like somebody to teach me how to use an oscilloscope properly, but I've got an idea how they work and stuff like that. So I bought this, and I posted up the videos of me making it, and this guy put a comment on my channel saying, "Your soldering skills are terrible. Good enough for an electronics factory, but I will digress. And you obviously don't know enough about the subject. Why not just stay away from this genre altogether?" And I thought to myself, I wonder what videos this guy's got. So I looked in his channel and he had nothing. It's like, it's a bit like the old rivet counters that we experience in the model trade. It's like somebody who wants to diss something you enjoy because they've got fuck all better at nothing better to do than diss somebody else's work and have nothing to back themselves up. So at the time, this was sort of when I was thinking of coming back onto YouTube, and I thought, nah, can't be bothered. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing when you try to show your enjoyment of something and, oh, look, this little thing does this, and it only cost me a tenner, and all you do is solder all these bits in, and somebody goes on, you don't know what you're talking about. And to be quite honest, in electricity, I'm learning. So yeah, idiots will be idiots. I definitely go with that Bollocky Buff. So where is everybody from? Let's I obviously know how many people are watching. There's myself and 8 others, but there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 in chat. So don't be scared. I'm not going to be on too long. I just renewed my channel intro. Excuse me, I'm just having a little drinky. My channel intro hadn't been updated for a little while, so I thought I would update that. So that's been updated. Nothing special, but at least it's sort of covering what I'm doing now. Bollocky Buff. Southampton. Ooh. Gordon's alive as Midlands somewhere. And I'm up in Scotland. And Kenny is in America. Where about in America are you now, Kenny? Kenny! Kenny from HobbyLink International. You're in America. Oh, a new name. Hello. Prolux Electronics from Northeast England. Northeast. So yeah, sort of Manchester, that sort of area. Northeast, Carlisle. That's how far up you go. Quite interesting that somebody that does electronics has come on the channel, because electronics is what I'm dabbling in. 2 channels I do watch and really, really like. If you're ever bored and wonder how something works and want somebody with a really nice voice that takes the time to explain what it is, how it works, and then goes more in depth on it, here's a circuit and what each component does, BigClive.com. If you've not heard of Big Clive, you're not into electronics. Try to think of the other guy that's in Australia that I like. He's really technical. He's come from a really technical background where they actually design, PCBs. Oh, but he does fun stuff as well. I'm trying to remember his name. It will come to me. My brain's mince. It will come to me. But there's an Australian guy I watch as well. There's also an American lass that I watch. Christ. My mind's just went totally blank at the moment. Dave Jones is the one. Prolux Electronics. What's his channel called again? I'm trying to remember Dave's channel. EEV blog. That's the one. And then there's the lady in America that used to actually have a company that made guitar pedals and stuff, but goes into a lot of the retro type of electronics, like stuff that was on, not a space shuttle, but really quite an interesting. I'm trying to remember. Who's that? As I say, my brain's mince. I've been out of this for about a year. Fran Blank, that's the other one. So I watched Fran Blank and Dave Jones on EEV blog, and I watch Big Clive. As I say, my as far as technical background goes, I was a mechanic or vehicle technician with over 30 years experience. I served my apprenticeship on Mercedes. That was actually a downfall. If any young people are watching this and are thinking to get an apprenticeship in being a mechanic or mechanical engineering, don't go for a top brand like Mercedes or whatever. I found there being quite a few disadvantages to that. I served my apprenticeship on Mercedes, so an apprenticeship in the UK is 4 years. You're Mercedes-Benz trained. I got binned at the end of it. I didn't know at the time it was because of my depression. I was going in late some mornings. My father died when I was 11, and I'm not going to go into the whole what started all my depression thing, but I started an apprenticeship at Western Mercedes on a YTS scheme for £25 a week. So we're going back to 1983. So I did my 4-year apprenticeship, then moved on to various different other garages and stuff. When you're working on Mercedes, you've got all the special tools to hand, right? So if you want to change a rear wheel bearing on a 500 SEL or something like that, you've got all the tools to hand. An outlasting memory that I have was we were doing an engine rebuild on a C-Class. It had Christ, I can even remember the numbers. An M102E engine, a 4-cylinder. So we had the cylinder head off it, and I can't remember what we were doing. We were relapping or regrinding valves or whatever, but it was that New Year. And my journeyman, the mechanic that was teaching me, was a bit of a lad. He was a judo instructor, actually. He was a black belt, 3rd Dan or whatever. And he'd brought in 2 bottles of Newcastle Brown Ale. I don't know if any... In Britain, Newcastle Brown Ale is brown beer in a pint bottle that's above normal draft strength. And it's a nice beer, actually. And if you've got any mechanical knowledge and you take the cylinder head off a car, you've got 4 pistons sitting there. 2 are down, 2 are up, right? So you've got a bottle of Newcastle Brown and one that is down, bottle of Newcastle Brown in the other it's down, right? Then you've got screen wash tube, that clear plastic tube that you get for, you know, going from the washer pump up to your jets that washes your windscreen. So we had some of that. So there was a tube in one bottle and a tube in the other bottle. And obviously, we were doing work on the cylinder head on the bench whilst those were in there. Every now and again, we'll sneak across to the engine and have a wee sook of the Newcastle Brown. This was at New Year. Now, my job as an apprentice was to bring all the cars that were out in the car park into the workshop for insurance purposes at the end of the day, before we locked up. I was pissed as a fart. We had, like, Newcastle Brown. We went out the pub at lunchtime and all that. Right, Terry, bring the cars in. Those days are gone now. That was brilliant, though. Anyway, I'm diverging. What's Jared saying? Sup, smooth. Do you see my BMW's channel is bad to the bone? No, I've heard of it, haven't watched it. It's a bit weird because I feel I'm reasonably proficient at making models. Unless I get stuck on something, I don't tend to watch model making related videos or channels. Because I'm a mechanic, I tend to watch electrical or electronic type channels. So Big Clive, EV blog, Fran's Lab. I watch that kind of stuff because it's part of the job kind of that I used to do, but in more detail. So the electronics interest me. Mechanics videos don't interest me. I'll be quite honest, unless it's what I would call a superior builder, like Sir Paul Bretland from ISM, who does lovely shiny cars. I probably wouldn't watch a model making related video unless it was something I was thinking of doing or wanted an idea on top of what I already know on how to do something. So I tend not to watch model making related videos. I watch electronics related videos. So yeah, Big Clive, EV blog, and Fran's Lab, because I'm learning stuff from them. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a strange one. And then I go back to my hobby where I'm gluing model kits together and spraying them the best way that I know how and sharing that with you guys. But I've also got an interest in stuff I don't know and stuff I'm dabbling in. It's a bit weird. Adam Savage, I love Adam Savage. I watched, there was a show with the two of them. As I say, my head's wasted with being a year away from everything. Discovery Channel and that, where they were tasked to make something or replicate something like trebuchets and all that. I love Adam Savage. I think he's brilliant. Yeah, I like all that kind of stuff. You know, folk engineering type people that make things, or you give them a task and they go and do it. I like watching all that kind of stuff. That really floats my boat. I like all that kind of stuff. Watching a video about somebody making a Junkers JU88 and how he sprayed it with something, not interested in, because I can try that myself. But if somebody, somebody's doing a video about, we're going to make a trebuchet like what the Romans had or whatever, and we're going to make it out of real wood and all that, but we've got to work out all that. Or actually, we're just going to take dynamite and blow something up. Yeah, Adam Savage type stuff. I really do like that. So, Prolux Electronics, you have said that. Hold on, I'm just reading back here. Northeast England, near Middlesbrough. Obviously, I don't know how you find my page, but obviously with Prolux Electronics, you're probably into electronics in some way, which I kind of dabble my feet into. I'm not an expert in it. I was going to do a whole series sort of explaining what resistors are and that, and then folks sort of went, "No, you don't know what you're talking about." So I kind of put a hold on it. So what's your background? What do you do? Are you like me? Do you dabble in stuff, or are you actually in a company that does something professional? Or yeah, but yeah, don't be scared to chat away. Oh my god! Right, I'm going to do this just for a laugh. Hello, Vamp. How you doing? It's Smoo, and welcome to Smoo FM. This is a late Monday evening going into Tuesday morning. Prolux Electronics, car body control module repair. Right, module repair. So you're talking about the brain boxes in the cars and stuff. But car body control, are you on about all the CAN bus type stuff modules, or do you, as may be required in some instances, do ABS module repair or main ECU repair? It's quite an interesting car body control module. So control modules, electric windows, heating, AC, all that sort of stuff. Nice to see Vamp in though. And Jared, of course. These are some of the, as I say, I've kind of been offline for about a year. I used to do a regular show on a Saturday night with a group of people, and it had an absolute ball of a laugh and did a 3-hour show. I'm basically only just now getting back to my bench after a year. So it's just kind of like put a live stream up, see who's on, have a bit of a chit chat, and have a giggle with you guys, because I mean, I live alone. I basically haven't been out the house for a year, apart from to do things to my motorcycle to try and get it through its MOT. Oh no, don't, Vamp. You're a very naughty lady. I think Smoo should change the channel to Professor Smoo back in the future. I'm not going to do the hair thing, because I know I could do the 21,000 gigawatts hairdo. I'm not going to do it because I don't know. I'm actually quite liking the long hair. I normally have it shaved down like a number 4 at the sides and a number 4 at the top. But I do find these days I'm getting a little bit more face to wash. Quite an interesting one. You're still playing WoW. Other people still playing WoW? I'm a gamer myself, but I thought that had kind of played out by now. Jared's saying, hold on, let's see if I can put this back up here. Are you back making videos, Vamp? I used to watch your channel. I didn't know you made videos, Vamp. But then again, as I said earlier, I tend not to watch model making videos unless it's a subject that I'm considering doing myself and looking for tips. As I say, I've got a few cars to do, so I'll brush up a bit on how Paul Bretland does his. I'm not into the 2K clear type thing, but I'm interested in the process that he does when he's deciding how he builds stuff. So I would watch Paul's stuff. But generally, yeah, there's another guy I watch. He's an American guy. I used to do live streams with him on Paul FISM's live thing. Oh, what the hell's his name? He does wonderful. Armor and diodes and all the rest of it. I'm just trying to remember his name. It's not Brett Markland. It's That'll come to me, but American dude, he's really good at the dial stuff. Oh, yous are all chatting amongst yourself, which I like to see. Right, let's just catch up and chat. Playing well. So have you been away from modelling for 2 years, Vamp? I know I've kind of been semi-AFK. I've been totally AFK for about a year and semi-AFK before that. So you've been away for 2 years. Wow. Jared saying it looks like you don't get out much smooth. I don't. Yeah, I've actually got a T-shirt that says I don't get out much. You can get it from a Teespring shop if you're that way inclined. I've got a new person in. Sally Ames, good evening, or actually, it's just went past midnight. Good morning, Sally. I'm confused. All right, this is interesting. Where's Sally? Sally. There we go. Right, Sally's a bit confused because I say I've been inactive for a year, so the year would be the January before the first COVID lockdown. Yeah, I've got live streams and content for recent months. Well, I tried to live stream without much success. Content, I've put up a couple of inbox reviews, basically because I'm trying to remodel my man cave. And I wanted to kind of get back into it, but I didn't know quite what to do. So I'm basically feeling my way back into YouTube and getting back to my model making. So if that makes any sense, Sally, hopefully that answers that question. All right, what's Vamp saying? Vamp. You're busy with a Nissan S13 drift version based on that guy from LA with the red S13. So you're doing a drift car? Oh, you've been away working, Vamp. Cool. Jared's going, I got your stickers. Probably not mine. I still have some left, but they were pretty rubbish. Hold on, wait a minute. Right. Vamp's saying you got robbed naked about 3 months ago. Eh? So slowly getting back into everything. Wow. Robbed naked. I'm not going to make any comments on that because that actually sounds quite bad. You know what I'd be like if it was a normal joke, I'd be going, oh, you were naked. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, that doesn't sound very good, Vamp. What happened? I don't get out much sticker. I would have got a shirt, but they only had them in white smooth. What's your preferred colour? I can easily click on and make one. Just white kind of shows it up. No, not naked. Naked. Right, Vamp, you're not making any sense there. So you were naked building a model of a drift car, and a guy came in and stole your Tamiya extra thing? Please elaborate. Not trying to make fun of your situation, but I'm just like, oh, wow. So Sally is a new person to my channel. What do you make styrene models? What's your interest? What's your genre? They took your clothes and your models. Did they not get arrested though? I don't think Vamp's in South Africa. It's oh God, I'm forgetting everybody's names now. You like to do a lot of custom cars and stuff. Oh, I know the guy, but they broke into your apartment, stole everything, models and tools and that. I think if somebody broke into my place. Oh, they caught the guys. Oh, thank God. Oh, is this recent then, Vamp? I don't know what I would do if somebody broke in and stole all my model kits. Have you moved to South Africa then? Oh, wow. I thought you were America or something like that. Yeah. Thing is, South Africa is actually a very beautiful place. So, but it's a shame about all the unrest and stuff like that. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to check something. I'm just checking something and seeing if I can still do all this stuff. I think I've got it working. Let's see if this works. First court case Wednesday. Oh, wow. So this is recent. Really sorry to hear that, Vamp. That's pretty scary. Somebody even breaking into your house, never mind stealing your model stash, is not good. Right, Vamp and Muse. Right, I'm getting confused here. Vamp, are you the guy? This is how much I've forgotten in a year. Vamp, are you the guy for South Africa that likes doing muscle cars and shiny thingies and all that? And Muse is the girl from America, but it's kind of considered your partner. Just trying to remind myself. Ah, right, okay, right, I've got it now. I had you and Muse mixed up, so you being stripped naked's not really such an interesting thing. Yeah, if it had been Muse, then yeah, but still shit that everything got stolen. Wow. Imagine breaking into somebody's house and stripping them naked and stealing their model kit collection and paints and stuff. I know there's a lot of money in kits these days, but that just sounds wow. Sorry if you hear pings going on. I was just messaging somebody. Just to see what was what. I have no idea. Right, okay. Right. So this is going into late night time for the UK, so I'm not expecting many UK viewers. It's midnight here in the UK. What have I been going? Roughly about an hour. So unless folk come up with questions or whatever, or want to chat away, the wild vest. I may bring it to a close. So I depend on you guys to bounce off for topics to chat about and such like. So unless you guys are chatting to me, I haven't done much in the last year. I'm hoping to get back to normal and start doing stuff. It's better than the Wild Wild West vamp, is it? Interesting. That was me just talking about EV blog, and he's just posted another video up. Jared, I have not been out on my bike in 5 months. In the UK, they require you to do an MOT test, Ministry of Transport test, to ensure roadworthiness. I knew about a couple of things. Unfortunately, the guy that did the MOT test picked up on something I'd missed. And to be quite honest, I hadn't been on my bike for 5 months. And it was like, because I normally ride all year round, but with the COVID and everything, I haven't done anything. So unfortunately, it failed the MOT. So I haven't been out on my bike for 5 months, and I am dying to get out on it. I've done some of the repair work required for the MOT. The rest, I'm waiting on parts. Now, since the UK split with the European Union, this has caused issues because my supplier is saying some of the parts that I want are stuck in customs. And it's all due to Brexit and obviously the COVID pandemic that's ongoing at the moment. So basically, everybody is struggling to get hold of stuff. And it's doing my tits in because today was a lovely sunny day. It was cold, but if my bike was road legal, it's not like America where you can just jump in and drive whatever the hell you want. And in UK, it's quite a strong legislation. But I wouldn't have went out on my bike with the front tire the way it was anyway. Vamp saying, Smoo, have you seen the Carbon H2R? I've got the standard Tamiya H2R kit. I don't like green. I'm awaiting somebody bringing out a decal kit that will allow me to do it in red and white or whatever. Yeah, H2R actually doesn't interest me much. It's a bit of a what's Jad saying? Nothing's easy. A lot of hoops to jump through. Yeah. I'm dying to get out on the twisties on my bike. My best friend's just got a new bike, and he is going out for runs with me, and it's like I need to get my bike on the road. And his daughter is awaiting a new bike, but it's a Chinese bike. I have a funny sneaking suspicion it's still in a container on that ship that was caught up in the Suez Canal from China. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, she's contacting, no sign of it yet. And I think everybody's in the same boat. Things are held up in customs or have been on that ship for China that got stuck in the Suez. So yeah, that was quite fun. What's what I'm saying? Super light bike with 420 horsepower. Goddamn. No, mine's has got about 110. It's good for 150 mile an hour. I don't see the need of a 420 horsepower motorbike for the roads. But do remember that the Carbon H2R is not a road legal bike. It's a track only bike. Test driving it a few weeks ago. Yeah, it's not a road legal bike in the UK. The supercharged version. There is an H2 that's not supercharged. That is a road legal bike, but it's not the same as the H2R racing. I personally still think it's a really ugly bike. But I'm a fan of 80s bikes, so yeah. Move to South Africa. Certainly not with my stash if they're all getting stolen, Vamp. It's legal on the streets there, yeah, but I wouldn't want to lose my modelling stash. I mean, you've just been broken into, so that's maybe not a good idea. Right, so my plans moving forward. I've got an electronics video. I tried to do it as a live stream. It's a wee voice changer kit for Velman, where you speak into it and it makes your voice change. I tried to do it as a live stream, but unfortunately the web cameras are shite when you try and zoom them in. So I'll do that as a separate video for my electricity fans. Model making, I need to wash everything that's there and get on with it, but I think I will, if I start doing anything, it'll be my Porsche Carrera, 911 Turbo. I've got the hiccups. Then after that, I have some 148th aircraft I want to move on to. Now, I haven't really done aircraft since a young lad. Now I've got my airbrush and everything like that, and all the paint technology it's there just now. I'd like to do some 148th aircraft. Weathering side of it, I might do some light weathering, but it's just getting my, I suppose, dipping my toes back into the water. I've done armour before. I've done cars before, bikes, all that sort of stuff. Needs more alien tech. Jared saying, got to go. Have a great night, everyone. Got to get kids ready for bed. Love you, Smoo. Glad you popped out your cave. Model on, everyone. Good night, Jared. Thank you for popping in. Yeah. So this was just, there's a lot of live streams on at the moment, and I don't know where my place is if I was to do a regular sort of live stream. Obviously, I've popped on this evening for a late sort of edition after the e-models feed finished. I don't know what's on a Tuesday, Wednesday. I know there's a lot on a Saturday. I know there's a lot on a Sunday. So I don't know what my place is, what you guys would like to watch. So, yeah. Just, yeah. Let me know what you think. I think for this evening, we're 22 minutes past midnight. I've been on for just over an hour. If you're interested in electronic stuff, do look up on YouTube Big Clive and I've forgotten Dave from EEV blog. And if you're into the older sort of stuff, I'm just trying to remember again, Fran Labs. So if you're into electricity, even though you're not an expert at it, there is quite a lot of interesting stuff on there. But for me at the moment, my favourite is, Big Clive. It takes something like the new LED light bulbs, he pulls it apart and goes, this is how these things work. But even better, this is how you can jiggery pokery with them and make them do different stuff. But you're talking 240 volt here in the UK, 110 in USA. Playing with live stuff rather than the low voltage sort of stuff that I'm going to be playing with to make my modelling kits. But I am thinking about how to make up my own circuit boards and how to do it and stuff like that. And watching like say Big Clive and Dave from EEV blog has given me an idea how to do it, and then you send the files off. But I'm still trying to figure out programs that are intuitive to use that I can, order these things up and then make them work. So, yeah, I'm still, as far as learning goes, model making, you're always learning. But the thing that really still interests me at the moment is the electronic side, and I'm trying to teach myself stuff. So when people come onto my channel going, "Oh, you don't really know what you're on about. You've got this this little oscilloscope, and you don't know about the rise time and the delay time and then the fall." I do actually know about these things, but I'm not an expert on them. But folk that are that stuck up basically really get on my tits. So, thank you all for tuning in. A Monday night after remodels. But the thing is, remodels starts at 9 p.m. and it finishes round about 11. So mine's would be a late night show. That's one idea. I don't know what's on a Tuesday. Or a Wednesday or a Thursday. I kind of know what's on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I'll need to figure something out. I need to figure out if there's something interesting I can actually put up in a live show that you guys want to watch. The MP holes need to stick something in a 220 volt socket. Johnny has just arrived as I'm about to sign off. Good evening, Johnny. Basically, the only reason I'm wanting to sign off is because there's not a lot going on in the chat, not many questions or stuff like that. Obviously, here in the UK, we're sitting at 25 past midnight. So if the questions come up, I can sit and chat away. But if there's not much reaction in the chat, there's not much I can bounce off, I suppose. I think I've got dust on that camera. Yeah, there was dust on the camera. That's annoying. Right, I'm going to call it quits for today. I've been on for just over an hour. Vampson, are you back for good? As long as my mental health allows me to, yes. I'm in a good place at the moment. I've been in a bad place for the past 12 months. So currently, concentration is get the man cave revamped. As you see, all the kits have disappeared. I now have to clear all this crap out of the way. If I can keep on with that and then get my bike MOT'd and get out and about a little bit. Yeah. As far as the channel goes, yes, I want to keep on with it. I have done absolutely nothing in the past year. But yeah, I want to get on with it. I'm trying to stay motivated, but at the same time, I'm still shielding. I'm still under lockdown. I haven't had my vaccine, and everything I touch seems to turn to shit at the moment. So, Johnny saying, was that an evil thing called work? Yeah. Vampsy actually started the electricity in my models because of you. The thing is, I have a semi-decent basic knowledge of electronics. As far as model making goes, all you need to know is LED resistor, power going into it. If you want to make it do fancy things, yes, there's more to it. And then there's Arduino and all that sort of stuff. But I'm kind of looking at it for the basic side. And I started off a series where I was on about, I'm trying to remember what I did on it. Diodes and stuff like that. My next one was going to be resistors. But there's so many videos on YouTube that tell you what resistors are and stuff like that. But they're kind of really technical about it. And I prefer to do like sort of layman's terms. But I get so many negative comments about, you don't really know what you're on about, mate, and you should probably refrain from this. Which kind of, because of my depression and stuff like that, kind of made me think, actually, no, I can't be arsed making videos like this because everybody just shoots me down. Well, Vamp, what I've got to say about that is, as far as I know, human skin starts conducting at around about 70 volts, right? If you're getting a 240 volt shock, right, and we're talking about AC mains in the UK, it's 110 in America, right? So 240 volt mains AC in the UK. If you get a shock, it makes everything contract and you clamp onto it and it makes all your muscles tense up. Around about 150 milliamps, right? I'm talking milliamps, not an amp, right? Milliamps. If you get a 240 volt shock with 150 milliamps, you're going to be sitting like that and not be able to do fuck all. So, yeah. DC's quite bad as well. DC burns. You know, you take a Prius and plug it into your arse, you would just turn into a carbon rod. Anyway, I've chatted enough shizzle for long enough. Do check out my new channel intro. Do feel free to subscribe to me on my Patreon. Some of the builds coming up, I am planning on putting electricity in it. I will put the non-electricity videos as standard on YouTube, but the electricity ones might end up on Patreon for a while before they get released, if I can keep my mojo up. At the moment, I'm just cleaning and revamping my man cave. So thank you, everybody that's tuned in. Until the next time, look after yourself, be careful, and enjoy your hobby. Take care now. I'll see you later. Oh, and potato.